What is up, guys? Here are 5 things that India and New Zealand should be worried about and happy after playing the India-New Zealand T20 series. This India-New Zealand T20 series was a cracker of a series. India missed Virat Kohli, but there was a lot of competition. So here are 3 things India should be happy about and 2 things that India should maybe worry about. The first positive news for India is the emergence of Vijay Shankar, the batsman. Although he didn't get the ball in his hand, but he did prove his mettle with the bat after scoring a 43 of 28 balls in the third match, especially bringing a dilemma in the selectors' minds. Well, he did prove that he is capable of batting in T20 cricket. The second positive news for India is with respect to Krunal Pandya's performance in the series. In the first match, he was taken away for a lot of runs, but in the second match, he came back with his bowling and took 3 important wickets. And most importantly, in the third match, he showed why he's an important all-rounder. He batted and fought very well. Although India lost by 4 runs, his performance was recognized a lot. The third major positive news for India was in the all-important decider of Dinesh Karthik's role as a finisher after MS Dhoni. Although India could not cross the line, but he made sure that he brought them as close as possible. Although that decision of not taking a single in the last match was foolish, but he did fight and fought his heart out. The first and the most important positive news for New Zealand is the opening partnership of Tim Seifert and Colin Munro. They just damaged the Indian bowlers, hit them around the park for 6s and 4s, and the Indian bowlers were left clueless. So was the captain. They performed well in the first and the third match, and they eventually won the series for New Zealand. The second happy news for New Zealand is the rise of Colin Granholm as a finisher. In the second match, New Zealand were reeling at 60 for 4, but then Colin Granholm came and hit his maiden half century in T20 cricket and brought New Zealand to a decent 160 runs in the second match. The third positive for New Zealand are the seamers, and most of the time it has been the case. When it comes to Lockie Ferguson bowling those fast 150 plus deliveries, or Blair Tickner, the new guy who bowled his heart out during the third match, or Daryl Mitchell who bowled slower deliveries, restricting India to a decent total. The first concern for India after the series was Hardik, the bowler. He was consistent in giving the New Zealand batsmen freebies to hit the ball out of the park, basically increasing his economy rate and also the run rate for New Zealand batsmen, making them easy to score. The second reason why India should be concerned is about Rohit Sharma not finishing the games and not taking India over the line. Once he's settled, it becomes his responsibility to take India over the finishing line and finish the games for them, which he didn't do in all these 3 matches, and that's why India lost the series. The first sign of concern for New Zealand was seen in the captain, as he was able to give promising starts after the dismissal of any one of the opener, but then was not able to convert those promising starts into big scores, of 50s or 100s, which brought the New Zealand lower order into trouble. The third concern for New Zealand had to be obvious, as they depended upon their top 3, that is the openers and Kane Williamson, heavily. As you saw in the second match, the top order didn't score and New Zealand was struggling at 60 for 4. This shows how dependent they are on the top order, and this shouldn't be the case each match. If you've ended up coming so far into the video, and if you did enjoy the video, then consider hitting the like button, share this video among your friends, and it would be great if you could subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. Until next time. Goodbye.